Well, you left our favorite song playing on the radio. Oh, way to go, man, that's shooting low. And your lying love letters keep on turning up. I'm gonna burn them up in our loving cup. So if you're gonna get gone, get a little gunner. If you're gonna move along, move a little bit longer. Think I want you back, you couldn't be wronger. Go on, get a little gunner. So now you left me for good just a week ago. And the way I know, oh, you told me so. But when it comes to leaving well enough alone, you've never shown that you've ever known. So if you're gonna get gone, get a little gunner. If you're gonna move along, move a little bit longer. Think I want you back, you couldn't be wronger. Go on, get a little gunner. Snuck back into my dream where you don't belong, and you came on strong. Oh, you know that's wrong. So I turned to walk away and I run into you. Oh, that'll never do if we're really through. So if you're gonna get gone, get a little gunner. If you're gonna move along, move a little bit longer. You think I want you back, you couldn't be wronger. Go on, get a little gunner. Now if you're gonna get gone, get a little gunner. If you're gonna move along, move a little bit longer. You think I want you back, you couldn't be wronger. If you're gonna move along and you're gonna get gone, so long, get a little gunner. Thanks, everybody. What a beautiful day. This is Okay If You Like Perfect. Glad to be here, glad to be back. I got a song here I wrote. It's a love song to the Telecaster guitar. If there's any place I can do it, it's right here. It's called The Hammer of the Honky Tonk Gods. Put 6 strings on a maple stick, stuck it on a slab of ash, sold one to Luther, threw in a pit, sent him out with Johnny Cash. Put Leo Fender and the gang know at the factory in Fullerton that the honk and twang, the Telecaster tone, would outlast them everyone. You crack a plush line casing all up in your face, your thunder and your line and ride. And we're born in the junction of form and function. It's the hammer of the honky tonk gods. It's the hammer of the honky tonk gods. Waylon and Keith off the top of my head. Chrissy, Cropper, and the boss. You know if Johnny'd be good, I had one, he would have been the same Telecaster. Like a plush line casing all up in your face. Your thunder and your lightning ride. It was born at the junction of form and function. It's the hammer of the honky-tonk god. It's the hammer of the honky-tonk god. You crack a plush line casing all up in your face. Your thunder and your lightning ride. It was born at the junction of form and function. 'Cause it's the hammer of the honky-tonk god. It's the hammer of the honky-tonk god. That's a true story. Thank you. Let's pick it up. I want to introduce my entire orchestra here, ladies and gentlemen. 2 men doing the job of 7. My left-hand man, my right-hand man on my left, Maurice Cridlin on the bass. And directly behind me, my other right-hand man on the vocals and drums, Mr. Jack Odell. And we're going to feature these guys in the next one. It's called Word to the Wise. It's the title song of our next album after that last one. On the record, it's a duet with Dan Hicks, but of course Dan's not here, but we're going to soldier on without him. Listen up, guys. Here's the word to the wise. What you jab ain't too fab. You better get back down to size. Now all of you chicks, according to Dan Hicks, someone stung when you wag your tongue. We might have just a fix. But there's a saying that says you got nothing to say if you can't say nothing real nice. If your words are for the birds, you better heed the speed on this advice. Now the crux of the matter lies right here, and I'll summarize. If all you do is criticize, shut up. That's the word to the wise. Ladies and gentlemen, Maurice. Oh yeah, man. Here's Jack Odell on the drum. Figured it out. Well, I done the math and I cleared the path, and I know what I'm talking about. Allow me to break it down. You can wrap your head around If you're into elocution,
just consider this solution.
somebody asks you what you think,
Don't act like the missing link.
you can't seem to zip your lip.
Just remember this time they take.
All wise words was never said.
So keep those good thoughts in your head.
And that's a word to the wise, word to the wise. Bible tell the story. How about a Maurice Crittenden and Jack O'Dell? That hard road you travel, let it twist and let it bend. All the broken promises, let them rest and let them mend. That scorched ground you're standing on, well, that's nothing to defend. Time will tell the story, and the grass will grow again. Well, I drifted up to Michigan to work out on the line. I had a home and a family right before the Great Decline. And I headed down to Texas, but it wasn't by design. And I crumbled up the road, man, and I left it all behind. Standing in the doorway, staring out into the wind. Don't know where it's blowing, you might say it all depends. How becomes a whisper now turns into then. And the grass will grow again. Time will tell the story, and the grass will grow again. Thank you. And I can't believe I've been on stage for 15 minutes and I haven't done a truck driving song. Let's fix that right now. This is from the new CD, Seeds and Stems, it's called. Very first truck driving song I ever wrote, ladies and gentlemen, 1969. The full title is Here I Sit with a Broken Heart. I took 3 bennies and my semi-truck won't start. 1, 2, 1. Here I sit, all alone with a broken heart. Well, I took 3 bennies, semi-truck won't start. Well, I hauled my ring down to San Jose. I got a bean Cincinnati Monday morning before I draw my pay. I can't waste no time in the all-night grill. So I jumped in my Jimmy and I popped a few little white pills. So here I sit, all alone with a broken heart. Well, I took 3 minutes, semi-truck won't start. Driving the big rig, Maurice. Well, I got a little gal in old St. Lou. I got a big old red-headed mama in Kalamazoo. She's waiting for me, and I'm gonna be late. Ah, well, it'll be about noon before I'm on my way. Now here I sit, all alone with a broken heart. Well, I took 3 minutes, semi-truck won't start. Sit all alone with a broken heart. Well, I took 3 minutes, semi-truck won't start. Time will tell the story. Man at the bottom of the well. That's what I meant to say. Okay. This one's from our Word of the Wise CD. It's a duet with Elvis Costello. I wrote this song and it scares me. It scares Maurice and he's fearless. It's called There's a Man in the Bottom of the Well. 1, 2, 3. There's a man in the bottom of the well. Did he jump? Was he pushed? Is he lying where he fell? Is he looking down from heaven or staring up from hell? There's a man in the bottom of the well. He's looking up at me with eyes so wide and deep. I wonder, is he always there? Does he ever sleep? So I spend my time thinking about the tale he's got to tell. And in the bottom of the well. Don't go there for water. Your mother's son or daughter, forever wreathed by water or by stone. I made a wish and I tossed 2 pennies down. They ricocheted and the wish I made spun them round and round till they shattered my reflection and the soul I got to say. There's a man in the bottom of the well. Is he looking down from heaven or staring up from hell? There's a man in the bottom of the well. There's a man in the bottom of the well. There's a man. Thank you. I'm going to feature Jack O'Dell on a gospel song.
Well, if I was a gambler, I'd tell you what I'd do. No, I'd quit my gambling and I'd work on my building too. I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. A Holy Ghost building, a Holy Ghost building, a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. Well, if I was a drunkard, you know just what I'd do. You know I'd quit my drinking and I'd work on my building too. I'm working on a building, working on a building. I'm working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. A Holy Ghost building, a Holy Ghost building, a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. If I was the preacher, you know just what I'd do. You know I'd keep on preaching and I'd work on my building too. I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. A Holy Ghost building, a Holy Ghost building, a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord.
Do it again, Jack.
I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building. It's a Holy Ghost building. A Holy Ghost building for my Lord. For my Lord.
John Jorgensen, he couldn't help himself, and I don't blame him. Thank you, John. That was beautiful. Now here I'm going to go do a slack-jawed, ham-fisted rock and roll song next. Oh, no. There's room for all of them. We're going to go right from Sunday morning to Saturday night, turning back the hands of time. I wrote this song years ago with no adult supervision. There's a whole lot of things that I ain't done, but I ain't never had too much fun. Well, get out of my way, you small-time clowns. These country boys come to town. Stole a car with the Omaha. Man, I'm doing my best to stay away from the law. They finally caught me. Here's what they done. Threw me in jail for having too much fun. Too much fun. That's news for me. Too much fun. There must be a whole lot of things that I done done. I ain't never had too much fun. When I was only 17, I was new to LA. She was more than willing to show me the way. Cruised up to Sunset and back down the line. I liked hers, she liked mine. Her daddy caught me, said, look here, son, you go to hell. Too much fun, too much fun. That's news to me, too much fun. Well, there's a whole lot of things that I'd have done. I ain't never had too much fun. Small-time hits, this country boy is out for kid. Stole a car, went to Kalamazoo. I met some women I wasn't supposed to. They finally caught me. Here's what they done. Jail, too much fun, too much fun. Well, that's news to me, too much fun. There must be a whole lot of things that I'd have done. I ain't never had too much fun. Story got a moral in mind, does too. You know it ain't nobody's business, just to what I do. All of us got who knows just the time. Lord only knows that I sure got mine. Public enemy, number one. All because I wanna have too much fun, too much fun. News for me, too much fun. Now there's a whole lot of things that I never done. I ain't never had too much fun, too much fun, too much fun. Too much fun, too much fun. Well, there's a whole lot of things that I ain't never had too much fun. Wow! Seeds and stems. Oh, thank you. I had to get that out of my system, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Here's the title song from the new CD. For me, this is what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now. But back then, 40 years ago, I did have the Down to Seeds and Stems Again blues. Sitting alone Saturday night while watching the Late Late Show. The bottle of wine, some cigarettes, but I got no place to go. And I saw your other man today. He was wearing my brand new shoes. I'm down to seeds and stems again, too. Well, I met my old friend Ben today, from up in Bowling Green. You know, he had the prettiest little gal that I'd ever seen, but I couldn't hide my tears at all, 'cause she looked just like you. I'm down to seeds and stems again, too. Now everybody tells me there's other ways to get high. They don't seem to understand. Lord, I'm too far gone to try. Now these lonely memories, they're all that I can't lose. And I'm down to seeds and stems again, too. My dog died yesterday, left me all alone. And the finance company, they dropped by today. They repossessed my home. Well, but that's just a drop in the bucket compared to losing you. Down the seeds and stems again, too. I got the down the seeds and stems again, blue. Oh man, how could it get sadder? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're up here driving these these mountain roads we're not used to. I got my Cadillac parked over there in front of the bar and grill. And I just want you to help me out on this. If something untoward should happen to me, I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. Well, there's a black tow truck with the headlights on. It lead a slow procession across the graveyard lawn. And up to the back there's a coupe de ville with a real cool cat just sitting at the wheel. You know the obituaries in the papers say, oh, he up and went and rocked his life away. Well, here's the last request, rock don't cry. I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. Now there's a rockabilly singer getting buried in this car. That's my one and only rock and only heart's desire. I want the back seat covered with the records I made, and this old Telecaster that I always play. I want the Cadillac pointing up to Memphis T. Well, Carl Perkins made a rockabilly history. Well, I'll be rocking up to heaven on my 4-6 ply. I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. Put a lot of echo on the preacher's mic. You tell him that my memory rocking on. Be sure you get the shaking when you start to shout. The cat is really, really, really gone. I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. A rockabilly funeral when I die. I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. The heck of the preacher's mic, tell them I'm rocking on. Be sure you get to shake it when you start to shout. The cat, really go. A rockabilly funeral. I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. A rockabilly funeral when I die. I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've already brought up the subject of this funeral I'll be needing if it happens. But here's the situation. If something untoward should happen to me out there on I-70 or I-666 as I call it, I want you to take my corpse and lay it out on the back seat of my Cadillac and dig a big old hole in the middle of the highway and drop that Cadillac in there. But I want you to leave the fins sticking up on either side of the yellow line and fill it in with the emergency flashes going off, so when you drive by on your way to work or play, you look down and say, look, why there's Bill Kirchen, king of Diesel Billy, and he's rocking in the ground. I wanna rock. I wanna rock. I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. I want a rockabilly funeral when I die. Mercy. Mercy.
He wants to rock, y'all.
Well, I got time for one more song. But that don't matter because there's a million fantastic guitar players coming up because I heard them all, and you won't believe it. I'm going to tune up for this next one. I'm tuning. You know, if you're guitar players, you know I'm staring at a tuner down here, but you might think you see me staring slack-jawed at the ground that it's in a medical emergency. Well, it's not. They got me covered. They know the difference. Meanwhile, what do y'all do for oxygen up here?
Dang.
I can sing, but I try to introduce a song. I'm like, here's a song. Oh, well, it's worth it. I'm glad to be here. I'm real glad. All right, here we go. We had a big hit record of this in 1972. Some of you, if any were here in 72, you remember the sky was dark with pterodactyls over Copper Mountain back then. Black. Here we go. It's also on my new CD, Seeds and Stems, and we will be over there, or I will be over there signing them. Should you want to feel the love and, you know, take it home. My pappy said, son, you're going to drive me to drinking if you won't quit driving that hot rod Lincoln. Well, now you heard the story of the hot rod race where the Fords and the Mercs was setting the pace. And that story's true, I'm here to say. I was driving the Model A. I had a Model A body, made it look like a pup with a Lincoln motor that was really souped up. 8 cylinders, used them all, had overdrive, it just won't stop. It had 4 living gears, a dual exhaust, had a 4-barrel carb, you could really get lost. Safety tubes, I ain't scared, the brakes good, tires thin. So I pulled out of San Pedro late one night, I had the moon and the stars shining bright. Climbing up the Grapevine Hill, passing cars like they was standing still. Here's some car passing. Sudden in the wink of an eye, a Cadillac sedan passed me by. Remark was made, that's a car for me, but then the taillight was all you could see. Now Scott here ripped me for being behind. I says, whoa, I better make my Lincoln unwind. I took my foot off the gas and man alive, I shoved it down in overdrive. Well, I wound it up 210, I twisted the speedometer off the end. Foot was glued like lead to the floor, that's all there is, there ain't no more. Maurice here said I'd lost my sense, said the phone poles looked like a picket fence. He said, slow down, Billy, I see spots, the lines in the road look just like dots. So I took a corner, sideswiped the truck, crossed my fingers just for luck. My fenders clicking on the guardrail post. Jack Odell was white as a ghost. Coming from out of the back when I started leaning on the Cadillac, and then I knew it could catch men, but I could pass. You know why? Then I'd be low on gas. Flame was coming from out of the side. You could feel the tension, man. What a ride! I said, boys, I got a license to fly. The caddy pulled over. Let me buy semi trucks pulled over. Diesel. VW bus full of hippies on the way to Red Rocks pulled over. I'm from Michigan. Over there, the Edmund Fitzgerald pulled over. They let me by. And then, ladies and gentlemen, who should pull over and let us by but the late, great Johnny Cash. Followed by Dwayne Eddy and all the Rebel Rousers. Roy Orbison, he let me by. Johnny River, Buddy Holly, this guy, Marty Robbins. The Merles. That's Travis. And Haggard. John Phillips Sousa. Colonel Bogey. The Ventures. The guy that beat us out for a Grammy, Earl Scruggs. We're trying to move on, let it go. My high school classmate, Ann Arbor, Michigan, Ann Arbor High School class of 1965, the great baritone stylist of our generation.
Mel Torme.
No, not Mel Torme. No, the great Iggy Pop and the Stooges. Now I want to be your dog. Now I want to be your dog. Oh, did it? America's poet laureate, Chuck Berry. James. Muddy Waters. Howard Wolf. The Ray family. Link Ray. Albino Ray. Martha Ray. Stevie Ray. All right, that's it for the Rays. Moving on to the Kings, Freddie King. B.B. King. Albert King. Benny King. Benny. John Jorgensen says this is the most restful of all the kings, and I'm not one to argue with John. So many kings, so little time. We can't do the Lizard King, it's a family group. That won't work. Let me think. Don King, we got Don. Carol King. Thank you. She's local, isn't she? We did Don. Oh yeah, one more king. Billie Jean King. Finally the king. Englishman. Deep Purple. Rolling Stone. The Fab Four. The Sex Pistols. Funny Jimmy. Sudden Rod started knocking down in the dip. She started to rock, and I looked in the mirror. There's a red light blinking. The cops is after Hot Rod Lincoln. Well, they arrested me. They threw me in jail. They called my pappy to go my bail. He said, "Son, you're gonna drive me to drinking if you won't quit driving the Hot Rod Lincoln." Let's go, one more. Come on. Man, thank you very much. We'll make this quick. There's a lot of fantastic musicians coming up, so. Hey, John. He's not set up. Hey, you want to play on it? Times they are changing. You want to play on times they are changing? Okay. We're going to bring in a hired gun here. Perhaps you've heard of him, John Jordan. That was rude. I didn't even ask him first. We'll just kick it off. We'll meet you at the end, John. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept that the sinner, you've been drenched to the bone. If your time to use we're saving, you'll sink like a stove, for the times they are changing. Come mothers and fathers throughout this land, and I don't criticize what you can't understand. For your sons and your daughters, they're beyond your command. You know the old road is rapidly aging. You better get out of the new one if you can't lend a hand, for the times they are a-changing. Heed the call, and don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he who is hurt will be he who has stalled. You know the battle outside raging, and it'll soon shake your window and rattle your walls, for the times they are changing. Now come writers and critics, prophesize with your pen, and I'll keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. Now don't speak too soon, for the wheels still in spin, and there's no telling who that they're naming, and the loser now is later to win, and the times they are changing. cursed is past. And the slow one now is later the fast, and the present now would later be past. You know the order is rapidly fading, and the first one now is later the last, for the times they are a change. Hey, hey, hey. Buddy, what a treat this is for me. Can you imagine that? Put yourself in my shoes. Man, I'm the happiest guy in the world. Thanks, everyone.
So glad to have this guy here. He is fantastic.
Thank you, John.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
And it would be nothing. I'd be a humdrum, stiddly folk singer without Jack O'Dell and Maurice Cridlin back here.